right, good evening everyone. Welcome back once again to TCR, Trinity Competitive Racing in Season 12. This is round 14. That means we've only got a couple more races to go in this Platinum class and in this season of TCR in all of the classes. So we need to cherish every moment we've got left in this season. We are here in Mexico at the Autodromo Hermano Rodriguez in Mexico City, right in the capital of Mexico. So welcome everybody, grab your margaritas, your tequilas, and get ready for a spicy little race. This track definitely brings out a lot of good battling and a lot of challenging corners around here, so I'm sure we're going to see a really good race. So it's Blame Machine with you guys once again this season. It sounds like pretty much I've been here for the whole season with you guys. I really enjoyed it. And in the booth with me with for another time, once again, is Fire Up Flow. How's it going?
It's going great, Blaine. Happy to be here. This is a fun track and normally a pretty fun race. So excited to be commentating on it. We're getting close to the end of the season here, but it's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely, yeah. It's been a crazy season here in TCR. It's been a crazy season in real F1 as well. So it's all coming down to the wire in real life. But here in TCR, Assassin is your Season 12 champion of this Platinum class. The Golden class champion is Bats Plus. He's also here tonight, currently running in 10th place, or hasn't set a time yet, and is out there on a brand new set of soft tires. Does have a purple sector to his name already. So the only championship that is not decided yet is the silver championship, and it sounds like Assassin, took the trophy, and he didn't even show up to the last race or this race.
Wow, that's hey, he did what he needed to do, and but yeah, I mean, there's still gonna be a lot. Even these last races, when people know where they're at, it's still gonna be fun. We already see Apparatus put in a really solid times. I think mid-14s is what everyone's trying to shoot for, but that is super fast. I think the fastest in our Golden class last night was a 14.7. I think it was by Bats, actually. So yeah, we'll be seeing the guys going for times right around there. Yep, 14.5 by Breezy. That's a very solid lap.
Absolutely, and Bats Plus puts himself into 1:15.2 into 4th place. That is a pretty decent lap time as well. A lot of people out there putting in times right now. Breezy and Apparatus both at the top of the stand, or at the top of the times at the moment provisionally here in qualifying. But we still got a long way to go in qualifying, so I'm sure we're going to see those times tumble down. But a 1:14.5 right off the bat, that is not bad at all. Very, very nice times there. It looks like Chatty Duck has aborted this lap. Might be a cool down lap for him. Is there anyone else out there right now on a quick one? Looks like 007 Professional. He's coming in right now into turn 12, into the stadium section. Doing a pretty good job. This is the tightest corner on the whole track, and then you got to swing it right back over to the right hand side once again, riding the curb on the inside on the last corner there very nicely, positioning the car to the line. And Professional is P6 at the moment with a 1:15.3 on the soft tire. So in terms of strategy, Fire Up Flow, what do you think is the best strategy around here? Is it the 2-stop, the 1-stop? Is even a 1-stop possible?
A 1-stop is possible. It's possible, but it's not really ideal. We're going to see most guys. Someone just took spin sector 2, but we're going to see most guys going for a 2-stop, whether it's a soft, medium, soft, or a soft, medium, medium. We'll have to see. It'll kind of all depend on safety cars as well. But I expect a lot of these guys who just did a lap on mediums to end up going on softs, because the 2-stop strategy it's not a bad strategy by any means, and trying to stretch out the softs to mediums, I don't know if we've seen anyone do it. I don't think anyone in silver did it, and we had safety cars last night, but I think it'd be really hard to do a 1-stop soft to medium, so you'd have to go to the hards, and most of these guys don't want to be on hards.
Absolutely, I gotta agree on that one. I think a 2-stop around here is gonna be the quicker strategy, and also, safety cars incidents could definitely play into a 2-stop strategy. So that's going to be one thing to watch out for. Now we're looking at Cam. He is back once again for another race here tonight. He's done a pretty good job so far in the last couple of races. Let me take a look at Cam. Oh yeah, we don't have where the reserves, unfortunately, finish on the table, but he does have 16 points to his name in the season, and I know he's only been here for, I think, a couple of races so far in Season 12. So let's go on board with Cam as he is on this huge, long straight, all the way from the last corner into turn 1, maxing out the car at the top speed of 326 kilometers per hour, way above 200 miles an hour. Very, very nicely there, getting his way through turns 1, 2, and 3, and on to the first DRS zone on the track. And that will bring you now into turn 4 and 5. Very tricky to get around turn 5. You really got to rotate the car with everything you have and keep it on the inside of the track so you don't run wide. And then a double right-hander there that gets him through. And now he's into the really tricky ones. It's 7, 8, 9, and then 10 and 11. And you got to keep it within bounds here. He had to lift off. He had a little bit of a wiggle, and he finishes Sector 2 right now, 0.2 of a second faster than his current fastest time, but not purple. Let's see what Cam can do here through the stadium section now, and making it on to the last corner, turn 16. And that is a lap by Cam, and that puts him up to P7 with a 1:15.898. We've got now a Prattis and Breezy both out there on quick laps.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm looking at McChicken, Stanley, and KGB, F1 Racer. I don't know about Death Wish, but they're all out there on sauce right now, so no real surprise there. I don't think trying to start on mediums isn't really going to help too much, because you're most likely going to do a 2-stop anyways. So otherwise you're doing a medium to hard, and like we were talking about earlier, the hard tires are just so slow, and you almost have to plan on safety cars happening. That's just what happens in this game. Last night we had 2, and so it's always something to expect, and that's why you'll see most guys doing 2-stoppers tonight, and not touching the hards, and why we see the rest of the guys who did a couple laps on mediums decide, you know what, I'd rather go on softs and try to get to a good position.
Prattis comes across the line, improves a little bit there. Or no, sorry.
Time. Ooh, McChicken.
No. Where is McChicken?
1:14.2.
Wow.
Yeah. That is super fast. Great lap by McChicken. I didn't watch a second of it, but I wish I did. That was a fantastic times. We see Bats do a 14.4. These guys are really going at it. It's great times.
Chatty Duck is coming around turns 13 and 14 and 15 now. Only one more corner to go. No, he's going to abort. He's going to go back into the pits. His teammate is about to start a lap right behind him. So he's going to go again on another fresh, soft tire. Breezy's in the pits. Chatty is gone into the pits. Cam is going to the pits. But we do have Stanley out there also running on a brand new set of soft tires on the hot lap right now. Let's see how Professional does around here. Navigating pretty nicely through turn 3. Opens up the DRS now on the run into turn 4. Gotta really slow down the car into there and catch the back end from sliding, and then rotate the car. Gets a really nice corner through there. Let's see how he does on the double right-hander pretty nicely as well. And now again into the swiveling S's of Mexico. All of these corners come at you pretty quickly here, and the curves are very mean. You catch the under sort of the undershield of the car, and you will be spinning. But so far, Professional making his way into the stadium section now, through 14 and 15, into 16. Pretty nicely done. A little bit of a step out from the back end of the car, down to the line, improves into 6th place.
Nice lap. Top 7 in the 14s. those are fantastic laps from Platinum drivers. It's nice to see, and I think we're going to have a real shootout. Looks like McChicken really has a fast time. It'll be awesome to see him improve and even go for 13s. Didn't even think that might be possible. So these guys are really putting on a show here, and it'll be fun to see these last few laps.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's pulling off into the pits except for Breezy, who's going to get the jump out here on a brand new set of soft tires. Going to go out for an out lap, but other than him, everybody else is sitting in the pits waiting for those dying moments of qualifying. We have just under 5 minutes to go. And again, a reminder, this is Season 12, Round 14 out of 15 total, so only 2 races to go, including this one here tonight in Mexico. And yeah, so definitely make sure you tune in to the video if you've tuned in already. Thank you guys so much for your support. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave some comments, send in some predictions for the race. You can predict whatever you like, you know, podium finishers, how many safety cars we're gonna have, how many DNFs we might have, and yeah, anything else like that. I'm sure this is going to be a very, very tricky lap or a tricky track for a lot of these drivers. Mexico always catches me out. I think I got a little bit lucky this week to finish in 5th place here. But let's see how these Platinum guys do. Here is Breezy. Jumping on board with him as he opens up that DRS flap on the back wing. And he's flying into turn 1. Smashing on the brakes into turn 2 now. Gets a little bit of a jump there over the hump, but gets a really nice angle on the exit. Opens up the DRS once again, and now running into turn 3, or sorry, turn 4. Gets that one pretty nicely. Deathwish gets out of the way there as he goes around turn 5 and 6. Oh, very wide on the exit of turn 6. Might have lost a little bit of time, and he's going to abort that lap.
Yep. Oh, that's too bad, Breezy. Looked like he was gonna at least move up his time a little bit. But that's tough because he knows that was his last lap. We still got Bats and McChicken in the pit. I would imagine they're going to be coming out very soon. A lot of guys on their out laps. I believe Chatty just started his. But we should see Bats and McChicken come out pretty soon.
Yeah, only 2.5 minutes left. They really need to get a move on here quickly, especially,
looks like,
you know...
Looks Breezy's doing another hot lap on those old tires, or on those tires.
All right, there we go. And I was just about to speak to that because this pretty much means that for Bats, McChicken, everybody else that's not out there right now, they only have enough time to do 1 lap. And somebody like Breezy there got enough fuel in the car to go ahead and do 2. And that is Chatty with a purple sector too. Let's see here how he does through the stadium section. Navigating that chicane pretty nicely now onto the last couple of corners. Just got to bring it to the line now. Chatty currently in 8th, jumps over into 5th place with a 1:14.6. Let's see who's going to be next here. Breezy going through the S's. Keeping the car in bounds very nicely there. We've got some yellow flags. I think it's just people getting out of each other's way. Breezy into the stadium section. Very wide there on the entry into turn 12. Rotating the car now through 15 and 16. Oh, very wide the car there. Wants to smash into that wall, and he's going to abort that lap. So that is it for Breezy. Is Apprentice on the quick lap? I think he is. And
yeah,
he's coming into turn 4 now. Yeah, he's definitely pushing for it.
Yeah, McChicken just started his lap. Bats was basically the last one to come out, so we're going to probably see him last. But it'll be great. McChicken comes into turn 1. Goes a little deep. Oh, yep, he's already aborted. So that's it for McChicken. Went in too deep in turn 1. Bats is as far back as he's going to be the last one to cross the line and start this lap.
Apprentice not improving by much there through sector 2. He only got about 30 thousandths of a second, and he aborts as well. So let's go here with, who else do we have right now? KGB Black Angel. He has invalidated Professional, just making his way into turn 6 right now. He's doing quite nicely. Let's see what sort of time he's going to post in the second sector. We have a yellow in sector 3. I think that's Chatty Dot getting out of the way of someone there. I think that was Bats Plus, who's about to start his outlap, currently sitting on the front row, but in second place. I'm sure he wants to take away the pole position from McChicken. He's only about a tenth and a half in or behind him to make that happen, but we're still watching Professional as he makes his way through the stadium section, currently sitting in P7 to start this race. Oh, a little bit wiggly on the exit there of the penultimate corner, crosses the line, stays 7th. Let's jump on board with Bats Plus. He's making his way into turn 4 and into 5 he goes on that brand new soft tire. Let's see what sort of time he can do. Can he get that 1.5 tenths to beat out McChicken and start on pole position? Oh, very big liftoff. Very big liftoff coming into the S's there. About, very wide, and he lifts off.
Yep. Yep, that's unfortunately going to be it for Bats. But he's, and Abras just crossed the line and took second place. Stole it right out of Bats' hands with a fantastic lap of 14.3. So yeah, that's going to be our top 3. McChicken, Abras, and Bats. I think they're going to be all very happy. I mean, what a fantastic showing by the Platinum guys. When we got the top 9 all got into the 14. So fantastic showing from these guys. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is pretty incredible. So this is really setting it up for a great race here tonight in Mexico. I'm sure that, McChicken is going to be happy with pole position. Aparatus was ever so close. He was only about a tenth away from McChicken for that pole position, but Bats Plus making that little bit of an error on the last corner of the S's there through turn 11, going a little bit too wide on the exit. He could have continued on and gotten a penalty after the race, but he was smart to just lift off, keep his position at exactly where he was, and then just in the dying moments, Apparatus managed to get P2 away from him. So yeah, this is a great setup for the race. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all going to be, it's funny because I think when the silver race didn't have a single safety car, Golden had 2. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the safety car. If there's one early, I suspect guys to pit for mediums and just do medium for the rest of the race. I don't know if if TCR F1 and on the way down to Sequit, I don't know if they'll go on mediums. I almost suspect not, because again, if you start on mediums, you're basically committing yourself, or the idea is probably to do a one-stop. And again, the hards just are too slow, and you kind of got to anticipate at least one safety car. So you want to be on the fastest tire as possible for as long as possible, which is why we probably won't see too many guys go on hards this race, unless they get damage on the first lap and they just want to do a different strategy. I could see that, but other than that, we shouldn't see the hards too much tonight.
All right, and we're just about getting ready to start the formation lap here in just a few moments, giving a few chances for the drivers to choose their race strategy, make some last-second changes in the setup on the couple of things that you are allowed to change. Of course, we are running Parc Fermé rules. So, yeah, this one's going to be very interesting. Again, this is round 14, and we are at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City, in Mexico. Beautiful, beautiful track. Very, very difficult. A lot of hard braking zones, couple of 3 DRS zones to use as well. So, lots of fun. We're going to be doing 36 laps. We've got 17 turns and 4.3 kilometers or 2.6 miles for a single lap around this track. So yeah, this is going to be very interesting. We've already seen a couple of guys, going a little bit too wide through the S's section. They did change it on this game a little bit and made it a little bit more manageable to get through there, but it's still very, very difficult. And also, the first complex of corners, turn 1, 2, and 3, I'm sure we're going to see tons of overtakes into there. Obviously, that is right at the end of the huge straight for the start finish. And there we go. Our drivers are getting ready to go for their formation lap here. And let's run through the grid. So we've got McChicken on pole position with Alprada starting on the front row beside him, with Bats Plus in third, Breezy in fourth, Chatty Duck in fifth place. We have KGB Black Angel starting sixth. In seventh, we have Stanley. 007 Professional is going to start in eighth, and then ninth is going to be Captain Blade, and 10th is Cam. All of them on soft tires, as well as TCR F1 Racer in 11th place, also on the softs. You have in the Giggle in 12th, and Death Was Tricky in 13th, all on soft tires. Sequence starting in 14th and right at the back of the grid, but he is serving a back of the grid penalty here tonight. So yeah, let's see how far he can make it, and he's going to be running definitely a different strategy compared to the other guys. He definitely knows how to make his way through a field. He's done it many a time throughout the season, so I'm excited to see what he can do here tonight. Leave your predictions in the comments. Let us know if you have any predictions for the number of safety cars, the podium finishers, or anything else that you guys might be interested in. Leave us some comments, send in some messages, and yeah, let's get ready for this one. Only 2 races to go in this season of TCR, so we've got to really hold on to these moments here and see what we get.
Yep, absolutely, and I'm sure we'll see Bats and Breezy going at it. You know, they're basically battling for second in the Drivers' Championship right now. So it's gonna be a fun race. It's a tough race in the sense that you always got to make sure you're setting up the pass on the long straight. We'll probably see a lot of back and forth, and guys just, not battling too hard at the beginning, and just trying to conserve ERS. It's really tough to conserve ERS here, but yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun, bud.
Predicted pit strategies there are probably not what the drivers are going to choose. Soft to medium, or soft medium medium. I think we might see a mix of that with a soft medium soft strategy from some of the drivers. Let's jump on board here with Breezy in P4. 5 lights are on and the 5 lights are off, and we go racing, and Breezy gets a crazy start. He's already up into P3 and overtaking Bats Plus. He's getting a little bit of an attack back from Bats Plus beside him now as they're all running into turn 1. It's about 4 or 5 wide behind the front runners as well. And we've got a little bit of a battle between McChicken and Apprentice into turn 1, but McChicken holds on to the lead for now. And behind him, Breezy has actually lost the position to Chatty Duck as they made their way through turn 3 and into turn 4 for the first time. They go, and down the inside goes McChicken, or sorry, Apprentice trying to go around the outside, but McChicken defending down the inside and still holding on to the lead. Now Chatty going down the inside of Bats into turn 6. And not quite making that one stick, though, holding on to P4 for now. We have a yellow flag at the back, and that's Sequit. I think Sequit has had a little bit of a moment. And now watching here as Death Was Tricky makes his overtake on Cam. Cam having a few issues as well at the start. Not exactly sure what happened there. Back to the front we go as Breezy is right on the rear end of Chatty Duck, trying to regain that position after losing it on lap 1. And he looked really good off the start, but just the second stage of the pull-off there didn't really work to his advantage, and Bats Plus managed to get that position. Now we go down for the first time down that really long straight. Nobody really gaining too much because we don't have DRS enabled just yet, but look at that shot from the front wing of Apprentice. That's how close he is to McChicken there. And we have another yellow flag. We have a couple of people retiring, I think. Sequit has retired, and no. Captain Blade is in the pits as well, but I did not see him retire just yet. I think he just needed a change of front wing, but we already lost Sequit.
Out there. Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. Sequit went. Ah, that's too bad. Or is he still? No, he's still in the race. All right, they're going to hang on. What happened to Chatty? He's lost a bunch of places. I don't know if he
Virtual
spun
safety
on a
car. We have a
Wow.
virtual safety car. I think that was You Having a Giggle. Yep, You Having a Giggle had a little bit of a moment. I don't see any pieces of front wing missing. Oh, but Chatty Duck is missing a front wing, and he's missing all of it. I'm not sure if You Having a Giggle and Chatty came together there, but Chatty down to 11th place and gonna have to make an early pit stop.
I don't think they came together. When I got on his onboard pretty late. He must have came out of that second right-hander and maybe spun into the wall. That's my guess. But it looked like he did it by himself. Oh, but there's someone else going to the pits as well. Deathwish is going to the pits. I wonder what he's doing. Is he going to go on mediums? Yeah. He must be going for a medium now. He's trying to take advantage of the virtual safety car. I'm not convinced that's the best option, but he wants to go for it, and we'll see how it shakes out. It looks like Chatty Duck as well is also going to go on medium, so I'd expect both of them to do, another 15 laps on mediums, or 14 laps, and do another 14. So that's probably what they're going to be trying to go for. It's not a bad strategy by any means, but we're already back racing, and these soft guys are probably going to stay on it for a good 8, 9, 10 laps. And they're going to be still having a decent amount of speed here. And at this point in the race, all these guys are probably going to stay in their spot until DRS starts opening up. And once that does, that's when we're going to see these top three. It's going to be interesting. McChicken's basically going to be a sitting duck. And we could have a situation, this happened a couple times in our golden race at least, but you can lose 2 spots, no problem. If you don't have DRS and the 2 guys behind you have it, it's really tough to defend on the straight.
And here we go down the straight with the DRS enabled for Apparatus. He's going to go around the left-hand side as McChicken defends to the inside of the corner. Bats Plus is a little bit too far away, but we get a really good view from his car on the move ahead. And there goes Apparatus. Oh, McChicken is going to try and do a double switchback on him. And he's not going to have the DRS here because the detection zone is the same one as we have for the big straight. And so Apparatus is going to stay in the lead of the race, just overtaking McChicken there just a few corners ago. Very well done from Apparatus.
Yeah, that was nice. And the really nice thing I'm noticing now is Apparatus has about 78% ERS and McChicken only has 33. So McChicken basically, he's got to stay with him. He's got to make sure he's in DRS, try to save as much ERS as he can. And Bats has got to stick in there with him too. He knows that Bats has 78% ERS right now, so that's going to help a ton. Apparatus is definitely going to get attacked by both of them right now. But that's okay. Like we talked about earlier, a lot of times this is going to go back and forth each lap, and you try to stay as clean as possible early on. Yeah, I mean, McChicken, he doesn't have a lot of ERS, but he can still make a lunge at it maybe. But that is the funny thing about this track is you at least have another DRS zone coming up, no matter what, whether you're in the lead or not, which is why so many people are going to try to set up passes on that straight, because they know if they get past them, they can just turn on the DRS and make sure that they get away from them.
Oh, McChicken! Oh my goodness, that was a lot of swiveling back and forth there on the track. I'm not sure if that was because Apparatus was really defending aggressively or just McChicken not being decisive to which side he wants to go for the overtake, but he manages to make it work. He's up into the first spot on the grid once again, started from pole position, and now running in the lead once again after regaining it back from Apparatus. But Apparatus is now going to have the DRS zone available to him here into the stadium section, and he's going to hang back so he can get the bigger DRS zone on the start-finish straight. So lots of games going on here tonight. Nope Assassin, the win is up for grabs. Let's see who really wants it most. Let's see who's got the most focus to make it last for 36 laps. Only lap 6 now. 30 more to go. Apparatus with DRS on the start-finish straight, going to the right-hand side on McChicken. Very easy overtake, and he's going to be far ahead before they even get into turn 1. That is how effective this DRS zone really is.
Yeah, and I really like what Bats is doing right now. You can tell he's staying patient. He has 80% ERS right now. McChicken at 5. Apparatus at 41. So he knows these two are fighting up in front of him. And he's like, you know what? I'm not going to push it too hard. I'm going to try to save ERS, stay in the DRS, and just hang with him, and eventually just basically wait for the perfect time to attack. And that could be in the next couple laps. If he gets close enough, it is one of those situations where he could get a double overtake with the amount of ERS he has versus the other guys. And we're probably going to see McChicken. You know, right now all he's doing is trying to stay as close as possible, and he's just going to try to pass Apparatus on the next straight, and they're going to go back and forth. The Bats' plan is to stay with him and hopefully get him in the long run. So I like Bats' spot right now. I like the way he's driving. And we also have Breezy right behind him, so this is a nice 4-pack in the front. And it's all up for grabs between all of them. And Apparatus weaving again. Back and forth. There was an amazing move by McChicken before. I think Apparatus was moving a little too much, but McChicken made it stick, and it looks like he might be setting it up for the next straight as Stanley passes 007.
Yeah, nice little snake of cars at the front here. Looks like Breezy lost a little bit of time there in the first 3 corners, and Bats Plus though gaining on the back of McChicken and Apparatus. Apparatus holding on this lap. It's actually quite surprising that he didn't get re-overtaken there, but managing to keep that position. Let's see what's going to happen next. Still, as I mentioned, very long way to go. Very tricky track. A lot of fast corners. A lot of things can still happen. Oh, and it looks like McChicken very, very wide on the exit there of turn 11. And had to wind it back and bring it back on track.
Yeah, he got away with it a little bit. That's not too bad of a spot. You know, you start to feel like you might spin out. You might as well just, honestly, you probably just held the gas and went outside. It's not as big of a deal here. There's a lot of runoff in that turn, and it looks like Bats should probably get McChicken. And probably not Apparatus until the next one, but I mean, he is cooking again. He saved ERS up perfectly. And now Apparatus is probably going to have a tough time defending from him. That ERS advantage is massive. And McChicken's in a tough spot because now he's got to try to worry about Breezy, who did a really good job, and he's going to go up the inside in this turn. Oh, and he does a great job braking. And
wow,
they're still going side by side. Good job
crazy
in between both
battle
of them.
here. Oh, and it looks like McChicken just pushes Apparatus a little bit wide, but Apparatus is going to duck the inside again. Oh, and that's a very dangerous corner to be side by side into, and they're still going to be side by side through the S's here.
Man.
Absolutely incredible. Oh, and a little bit of a touch there, but still managing to keep it together. It looks like only McChicken has a DRS, funny enough. And Breezy is going to have to really try and battle this one back. This is absolutely incredible, but look at that. Now there's a little bit of a gap forming. McChicken 1.7 seconds back on a Bats Plus, so now it's the battle for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah, Bats going to Apparatus and... Oh, sorry. McChicken just pitted. Yep, that makes sense right about now. And, yep, there goes Bats, and we'll probably see Bats and Apparatus pit here soon, but... Oh my gosh, that battle was fantastic. I think McChicken went off. May have gained an advantage by going... He cutted one of the corners, but it's so hard to blame him. They were side by side, but they were doing such a good job of getting each other's space, but also, you know, pushing the limits. So that was a fantastic battle between the two. I'm happy none of them got damage, and we're going to see how this plays out, and I think again we'll probably see Apparatus and Bats pit here. They may pit at the same time. The undercut normally is going to end up working when you pit to mediums. I mean, if Bats doesn't pit here, I think Apparatus will, and vice versa. I think they'll probably try to do the opposite, but at the end of the day, whoever does end up pitting second, I think is going to end up a little bit behind, but we'll see.
Well, let's take a look here.
Apparatus, yep. So Apparatus just trying to do opposite. And I think Apparatus is going to end up in front of Bats, but we'll see how fast Bats goes. He's got a decent amount of ERS here, so he knows that he's got to put in a fast lap right now.
Apparatus was very, very careful into the pit lane there, managing to make sure that he does not speed. So Bats Plus staying in the lead of the race, Breezy 1.9 seconds behind. And then Cam gets promoted into third as Apparatus, KGB, and Professional all make their first pit stop in the race, changing over to medium tires for most of the grid there. So is Bats Plus going to respond on the very next lap? Is he going to take it a couple of laps down? What sort of strategy is he going to play? Let's take a look here as he is now going through the second sector and through the S's for the first time without any pressure behind him. Feeling probably pretty good about the first stint that he's done so far. Managed to get up into the lead of the race, stayed out of trouble, and now he's got a 2-second gap behind him on Breezy, on old soft tires as well. So overall, not a bad position, but we'll see, as Fire Up Flow mentioned there, if Apparatus is going to get the jump on him as he's going to pit. Is he pitting? Yes, he is. Oh, very close to speeding there into the pit lane. Breezy follows suit. And now, let's see what kind of tires go on. It is going to be the yellow striped mediums.
Yep, no surprise there. Apparatus coming around the last corner. He knows it, and Bats, I think he's going to end up behind. Yeah. Yep.
Oh no,
he's right.
Maybe
he's
not.
Right.
This is going to be so close. Apparatus is using all of his ERS. He's going to go down the inside into turn 1. And let's see if this is going to stick. Looks like he does. And that's a beautiful pass there. Oh, and McChicken making contact with Bats Plus, trying to make it a double overtake. And now he's going to have the DRS on Bats Plus, and Bats Plus might lose 2 positions here, but he defends pretty well. They're giving McChicken a little bit of a squeeze, still side by side as they go around turn 5. Oh my goodness, a little bit of a contact there, but Bats Plus shoving McChicken out of the way and keeping P3 after the pit stop. But you were absolutely right, Apparatus got the jump on Bats Plus with the early pit stop, with the undercut.
Yeah, that was so close. That was such a good pass, though, and I think McChicken is dying to get Bats, because obviously he's on a different strategy. He's going to go sauce for about 9 or 10 more laps, and then he's going to pit again for medium. So he wants to get past these medium runners as fast as he can, because otherwise he's just wasting time. And these mediums, about laps, these softs around laps 6 or 7. Can really start to slow down, and Bats doing a little bit of weaving. He's got DRS, and he's got more ERS, so he's gonna do a good job defending him. This is gonna be really frustrating for McChicken. Every lap or every second that goes by that he's not past these medium drivers, he knows he's going slower, and that's only gonna hurt his race. And yeah, he's gonna have to wait again. It looks like Apparatus is in a fantastic position. TCR racer is just trying to go as long as he can, maybe wait for a safety car. I expect to see him to pit soon, because he knows he's got to, otherwise he's going to lose so much time on those old softs. But yeah, again, McChicken is going to really have to try to get Bats and Apparatus, but all of them are such fast drivers, so it's always going to be tough. Bats goes a little bit the outside, but he's continuing to get DRS from Apparatus. Apparatus with 56 ERS. Oh, and he has a bad turn. Oh, and that's going to this is going to be perfect for Bats. This is what Bats need to try to defend against McChicken. And he's probably going to get past Apparatus, and McChicken might as well. Apparatus might go from 2nd to 4th here.
What a crazy foursome of cars here. A 4-way battle for what is pretty much the net lead of tonight's race here in Mexico. Bats Plus around the outside on the Apparatus. Not enough room there, but he's going to have another DRS zone. McChicken defending against Breezy as well. Very, very crazy here in the front. Here comes Bats around the right-hand side on the outside into the next corner. Apparatus defending down the inside with everything he's got. Oh, a little bit of shoving there on the front to back wheels. Make sure you keep your front wing intact there, Apparatus. And he loses the position for now. Bats Plus up into P2, but net P1.
Yeah, that was amazing, and I think that was completely fair. Bats definitely broke a little bit later and had that corner. Apparatus going into this turn, very surprising, but he does. And this is gonna, and Bats goes right back at him, and so does McChicken. He's trying to get in the loop, and he's, oh my gosh, and he's got to know that he's got to wait for DRS, and I think it's gonna be, I think that's a tough spot for Bats to be in the lead right now, because now Apparatus and McChicken right behind him are gonna get DRS.
And Apparatus does not.
Yeah.
He does not have DRS, so all he's got is a slipstream and ERS, and he's going still. He's got all that straight line speed. He's going to overtake. And McChicken is going to overtake Bats Plus as well. So Bats Plus losing 2 positions there, even though he had DRS.
Yeah, that was a really tough spot for Bats. I mean, yeah, you don't want to be first going into that first straight, because you're gonna lose, or you're gonna end up getting overtaken. And TCR must be, I'm really interested, he must be going to mediums, or trying to go as long as he can on softs, but it's funny that Apparatus is already starting to catch up to him, so his tires must be really hurting.
McChicken keeping extremely close to Apparatus, got the DRS now. He's gonna try. No, he's not gonna have to try now. He's gonna wait until the long straight. And yeah, they have now gained up to 1.1 seconds. 1 second now, 9/10 of a second now to F1 Racer.
Apparatus might have DRS.
Oh, and Apparatus goes a little bit deep on turn 16. F1 Racer goes into the pits. Let's see what's gonna happen here. McChicken and Apparatus, they're both gonna have DRS. And Apparatus, his light is flashing, so he must be low. But guess what? McChicken is down to 6% as well. This is absolutely neck and neck.
Oh man, yeah, they're both low on ERS. And I think Bats is in a situation where he's got to sit and wait, try to strategize when he's going to make the attack. But again, I mean, at this point, McChicken's his tires are gonna start to be getting worse right about now. I mean, he can make it a couple more laps and do some pretty fast laps, and he might pass Apparatus on the long straight. But his tires have done some work in these battles, and so that's gonna be tough for him. He's gonna make it. You know, he's gonna try to make it probably 5 more laps at least on these softs, and that's going to be pretty tough. So I think the better strategy is the soft 2 mediums rather than the soft mediums. Hopefully McChicken's hoping that he can get past Apparatus here, and they're going to come up on, it looks like a back marker as well. He's got 10. Apparatus did a little better job. He's got 16. But it looks like he's going to make this pass. He's coming up to him. He knows it's got to be the time to do it. Apparatus moves inside for defensive. But McChicken, and Apparatus breaks a little bit later. McChicken knows he can get through these if he gets a good line. Yep, and he can. And this is still going to be tough, though. Neither of them have, or both of them have very low ERS. He's going to have to dive up the inside if he wants this. And he holds off.
Absolutely unbelievable battle here with 4 different cars. It's Apparatus, McChicken, Bats Plus, and Breezy battling it out. Absolutely neck and neck for the lead of the race, for the net lead of the race, on different tire strategies as well, all going on 2 stops. McChicken! And he takes out Bats Plus, and Breezy gets collected in that as well. I think there's going to be some other cars that are going to get collected here, because that is absolute carnage. Bats Plus is right on that on the racing line of that corner. Safety car is out. And Apparatus is going to need a new front wing for sure, because I think he made a bit of contact. He actually doesn't seem to be. No, it was Breeze. Wow, yeah, so they got super lucky.
He's got to go on mediums here. He's got to go on mediums, I think.
Yeah, and both Red Bulls double stacking. Let's see if the update of the double stack is going to work any better. They did say that they've made it less time. It is a little bit less time.
It is,
and Breezy is getting a new front wing.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness, McChicken. Where is he? He's getting a new front wing. He's got medium tires. He's still in this. He is still in this by a lot, actually, because I mean, our Stanley 007 and KGB did not pit. Are we expecting? Are they going to the end? Can they make it that long? Another 20 laps, 26, 27 laps, or are they staying out there to go on softs at the end? What do you think their plan is here, Glenn?
Well, I think Stanley 007 and KGB, yeah, they're probably gonna stay out and try to do a soft at the end. But since it's a safety car, it's not really giving them much of an advantage, and they're gonna have people on fresher tires behind them. So this is gonna be very, very tough. I think they should jump into the pits, but now that they've passed the pit lane, they're pretty much gonna lose most of the positions.
Yeah, it's an interesting spot. Like, basically what they're doing is, and I can't remember exactly where they were before the safety car, but they're just trying to do an alternate strategy to get up as much as they can. But yeah, Apparatus he's gonna have such better tires. He's eventually gonna get past him. Apparatus is never pitting again, and if those three guys ahead of him are never pitting again, then he's gonna get past them eventually. And that goes for F1 Racer and McChicken. So, yeah, Glenn, I don't think it's the right strategy, but at the same time, you know, you can't hate guys for going for any sort of gamble. You know, there could be a safety car or another safety car pretty here soon, and everyone just pits for softs, and then they're in a really good spot. So, it's always a gamble that maybe if you're in the back or you've had a tough race so far, you know, you're kind of like, you know, I might as well go for it. Again, I don't remember exactly where all these guys were at, but I don't think they were too far in the front. So it's going to be fun to see what happens, but I think Apparatus is going to try to get past him as quickly as possible. Surprised to see Cam throw on the hards. I think this is a situation where, you know, you're going to be behind the safety car for a number of laps, and the mediums can easily do, you know, like 15, so you can normally make them stretch out farther than that if you have to, especially if everyone else is. So I think the hards are going to be pretty slow for Cam, and he's probably going to get eaten up by Chatty and Deathwish. You having a giggle. Sequit now looking kind of at the back. He's going to have to pit again, I think, and yeah, he's going to have a tough race out of him. Definitely hoping for another safety car, I think.
Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I saw a message that Sequit left the session, so that might be his AI car driving around. But we're on lap 18 of 36, halfway through the race. We're under safety car conditions. Stanley's leading the pack with 007 Professional in second, KGB Black Angel in third, Apparatus in fourth, but technically in the net lead if the top three have to pit again. And then we've got F1 Racer in fifth, McChicken in sixth, Breezy in seventh. We have Captain Blade at the moment in ninth, and Captain Blade in eighth, and Cam in ninth, Chatty Duck in 10th, Deathwish in 11th, You Having the Giggle in 12th, and Sequit in 13th, but possibly AI, because we did see a message that he did leave the session. So, hopefully we'll get racing again on lap 19 here, although we do have a couple of cars right at the back of the pack. So that sometimes makes the safety car stay out for another lap. Hopefully it does not. Very, very long lap around here on the safety car as well. So give us a few moments here.
They should be able to catch up, I think. I think they should be able to catch up to have a start on this. Yeah, Sequin must be out of the session. I don't think it would make any sense for him to hop on softs or stay on softs right now. So I assume he's probably out. But honestly, for the top three, if they are planning on stretching those tires to the end, more safety car laps, the better. But yeah, it looks like, looking at the track map, it looks like Sequin and Having a Giggle are going to be up there. So it should come in this lap.
We're going to be going into Sector 3 here in just a moment, and that's usually when the message comes up to let us know that we'll be getting back to racing, and there it is. Safety car in on this lap. So Stanley and the rest of the pack weaving around there to try and get some temperature into those tires. Everybody is on the mediums except for Cam in 9th on the hards, and Sequit at the back of the grid in 13th place with soft tires, but most likely being driven by the AI car. Let's get ready for restart here. Jumping on board with Professional as Stanley is going to get going there. Oh, and Professional gets a little wiggle on the back end of the car, and that gives Stanley a bit of an advantage. It's also going to give KGB an advantage. He's using his ERS. He's catching that slipstream. He's going to try and go for the move here for sure. Yeah, he's going to go down the inside into turn 1, but gets outbroken there by Professional, and Professional keeps the inside line quite nicely for P2. But Stanley gets a 9/10 of a second lead already.
Yeah, Stanley's doing a fantastic job, and that was good racing between them all. I think they might, at this point, hold place a little bit and wait for the DRS again, because you don't want to waste too much ERS if you have to, but we saw a lot of them kind of having some back-end wheel spin. I know too much about that last race. Spun out after the safety car after that last turn. It's so hard not to. We saw a lot of guys do it. Their tires were probably a little colder than usual. But these top, besides Stanley, who's kind of stretching out a little bit, we got the top 5 all really close together. And again, if they can, they'll probably go for moves, but at the same time, they do want to wait for DRS to make sure they can get that without using too much ERS. And here we go. We're going to see who wants to try for it. We'll probably see Apparatus go for it. He knows he's got to get ahead as quickly as possible because he's got the newer tires against the old, so the more time he spends behind these guys, the worse it's going to be for him, and he can't even get... Oh, and he goes up the inside KGB. Oh, and KGB does a great job of defending, but I think that was a little tough of a dive for Apparatus there, but he's probably going to hang back for a little bit before he can get DRS again.
All right, on to lap 21, 15 more to go, and Stanley has lost a bit of that time that he pulled out there. It's now Professional within 0.6 of a second, KGB behind also within about half a second, and a lot of guys are going to be within DRS of each other when we cross the line for the next lap, and the DRS should be then enabled. Oh, let's see here, Apparatus trying again on KGB, having a little bit of a look there into turn 12, but not quite making it work. Wasn't enough space and had to back out of it. But Apparatus not wasting any time. He wants to get ahead. He's technically in the net lead of this race as long as the top 3 guys do make another pit stop. We don't know that for sure, but I don't think that a medium tire can make it a total of 26 laps, which is what Stanley would have to do on his medium tires to make it to the end. So it's most likely that they will be making another pit stop, and then Apparatus will be promoted to the top step again. But if he can get around these guys before that time, that could definitely help him out, as he's going to try and go dive another time on the inside there of KGB. More contact being made between the 2 drivers there. And KGB is going to try to hold the inside into turn 6, but Apparatus just manages to squeeze his way through.
Yeah, well done by Apparatus there. That was. I know they did touch, but that definitely was clean. Oh, we got Breezy and McChicken going back at it too, but that was definitely clean. And Apparatus is doing a good job again. We know he's trying to get in front of these guys right now. If all of them go to the end of the race, I have full confidence that Apparatus will beat them. So at some point we do expect them to pit. Otherwise they do risk having their tires actually completely blow up and ruining the race. But at the same time, Apparatus, they do have to do a decent amount of laps on these mediums. So he doesn't want to tear them up too hard, but he's in a really good spot with KGB in the middle of him and Breezy.
Here goes 007 Professional, and he makes contact with Stanley. Stanley spins right into the middle of the road there in turn 1 and 2, and somehow everyone manages to avoid him, and that was very lucky.
He just went on 007, and he's going to make this stick. Oh my gosh, that was perfect for Apparatus right there. And yeah, Stanley, credit to him, did an amazing job of completely avoiding everybody. That was fantastic. We got TCR F1 Racer going side by side with McChicken as well. McChicken seems to be falling back for some reason. I wonder if he has damage. It looked like he has a lot of oversteer going into that turn. But Apparatus in the net lead and in the absolute lead, so he's really in a good position right now. He's just got to go to it till the end, do decent laps. Oh, and hang on. We have, who is that, Cam? Sector 3?
Yeah, that's Cam having a bit of a spin.
Okay.
He's back on track though, no safety cars coming out for that, but let's go to the front here as Breezy is catching up on Professional. Let's see if he's going to have enough. Not quite. Professional also has a DRS on that straight, so they are going to have to hang back and try again. Captain Blade having a little bit of a look on KGB and not quite making that one work either. He's going to have the DRS again into the next little straight, but that is not enough space to make a big move like that, so he's going to have to hang back. So just like that, it's Apparatus in the lead of the race. After Stanley had a little bit of a spin while 007 Professional was overtaking him, and then Professional himself lost the place to Apparatus, and now Breezy in third place. He is trying to make this a Red Bull 1-2. Let's see if that can happen.
Yep, absolutely. And Breezy, he's probably not going to go for it here. He knows, yep, he's going to wait until the DRS. Very nice DRS long straight. Oh, and sector 2, we have someone off. It looks like you having a giggle. Is he completely out? That could be another safety car. Oh no, he's still okay. Looks like we'll be okay. We won't have a safety car. He's gonna make it, or he's gonna make it to the pits. And as we go back up to Breezy, oh, KGB pits. Yep, and Breezy's gonna get 007, no problem. Again, I mean, yeah, 007 basically has a choice on this lap or the next. He's got to either pit for softs or go to the end. That's pretty much it. And unfortunately, this gamble of staying out in the means is probably not going to work as we expected. And now Breezy is going to try to make up time at Apparatus as much as possible. It's basically going to be between them two right now, it looks like. But fantastic race so far, and we'll see how. We'll probably see 007 pit this lap, I assume. He's out of DRS. He has no reason to continue to be on those mediums unless he's really trying to make it last. But if he does, good chance he drops back to 6th or 7th. So we'll see what 007's thinking. It's tough to make it that many laps on mediums.
So at the front, it is a Red Bull 1-2 at the moment, with Apparatus in the lead and Breezy in second, 007 Professional in third place, and dropping out of the DRS zone, unfortunately. Behind him, he's got Captain Blade on a slightly fresher, 5 laps fresher medium tire. Could that tire possibly make it until the end? I think so. 19 laps in total, 10 more to go. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. But yeah, that could possibly be the end of the podium run here for Professional, because Captain Blade has a little bit of extra tire life left in his tires. Breezy now within 0.8 of a second on Apparatus. Doesn't have DRS just yet because he wasn't close enough into the detection zone. But if he stays with him through turn 9, he will get another DRS enable mode for him out of turn 11. So he might be able to go for it. The teammates might be fighting it out for the win here tonight. I wonder how that team dynamic is going to play out on track.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're going to both be going all out. You know, they're doing, what, third in the Constructors, and pretty safe there. Both of them have 1 win. So I think this will be a lot of fun for them to battle together. We don't know if they're in a chat together, but I can't imagine Breezy and them and Apparatus just trying to take a 1-2. I think they're going to go at it, gloves off, absolutely. And basically what Breezy has to do here is bite his time. He knows that if he can stay close to him, he doesn't necessarily have to be in DRS, but save as much ERS as he possibly can and just pick the right time to make the pass. Because, again, once he gets close to him, they'll probably start swapping back and forth on a couple of these laps. So they really got to strategize, save their tires as much as they can. Oh, looks like Breezy just got a little bad on turn 3, but he's okay. Again, he can hang with Apparatus. We can see that in his pace. So he's just going to try to save as much ERS as possible, and hopefully get him towards the end.
And Captain Blade moving up into P3, making the overtake on 007 Professional. So that is now the guys on the slightly fresher medium tires in first, second, and third. And then you've got Professional, F1 Racer. Both of those guys have slightly older tires. Ooh, Captain Blade having a little bit of a moment there on the exit of turn 11. Had to lift off the throttle and bring the car back in. But wow, what a great race so far. I mean, we've only got 9 laps to go. It flew by so quickly. We had that safety car, we had a virtual safety car, we had some crazy spins and moments, a lot of lead changes. I mean, the guy who started on pole position is currently running in 9th place, so it's been a pretty crazy race so far, and only now 8 more laps to go. And McChicken, speaking of, who started on pole position, he is quite close to KGB, but lost a lot of time on the exit of the last corner, and even though he's going to have the DRS, he's going to be very far back.
Yeah, I think he's disconnected, Glenn. Let me double check, but when KGB was passing him, he had a little X next to his name, so I actually think he's somehow disconnected. So that may even just be AI, so that's really unfortunate for him. But another thing, at this point, 007, he's on lap 17. I believe at this point he's gotta go till the end. TCR Racer on 12-lap mediums, you know, you can find out through the radio how far he's behind, but also how long he's been on those tires. So he knows he's on 12 laps behind him, and being 6/6 behind him, I think 007 is going to feel comfortable trying to go till the end. At this point, if he pitted, he's going to lose quite a bit of places and probably end up out of the points. And so he might as well just keep going on him and try to make him last. And we got Breezy coming up on Apparatus. He's going to roll around the outside. He's definitely going to get the spot. And this is where we're probably going to see a couple back and forths, especially being them teammates. They're probably going to be a little bit nicer for these laps as we get close to the end. Oh, Apparatus has a little bit of wheel spin coming out of turn 3, but he's still within DRS, so they'll probably be a little bit nice for a couple laps, but more towards the end, Blinn, I think we're going to certainly see fireworks. I think the Red Bulls have nothing to lose at this point in the season, so they're definitely going to be going at it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And Breezy's very, very fast right now through the first couple of sectors. Apparatus needs to stick within the 1 second gap. He just manages to do that, so he will have the DRS on the next straight. But yeah, this is absolutely incredible right now to finish off the season, to finish off this race here tonight. We do have one more race next week, and USA Circuit of the Americas to be our finale for season 12 in all 3 classes. But tonight, this is a great show here between Breezy, Apparatus, Captain Blade, Professional. All of them have done an incredible job here tonight to deliver this amazing battle. But now let's see which one of the Red Bulls is going to get this win, or are they going to come together and none of them get it? That could be a possibility as well. We're just going to have to wait and see here in the last 6 laps of this race.
Yeah, it certainly could be a possibility. The nice thing about Mexico is a lot of these spots that you're trying to overtake, and as we've seen before, has a decent amount of runoff. So I do think the teammates will be slightly nicer to each other than they would another team, but at the same time, it does look like Apparatus is just hanging on. He knows he has a lot more time to go. Both of these guys are constantly thinking about their ERS, how to save it as best as possible. You know, on the straight, Breezy's going to be wondering, if Apparatus has enough ERS to try to go for him, and you gotta play that game and use the ERS when you think you need to, because if you use it at the wrong time and someone else has 30% more than you, then you're going to be in a tough spot. It's going to be really hard to defend. So I think Apparatus right now, he's not too worried about passing him on the next lap, let's say, but he's just trying to put in consistent laps and hopefully save enough ERS to get him at the end. And they come around to the last straight, and yeah, I don't think Apparatus is going to go for it here, and probably not even on the next DRS straight. Again, he's going to try to save as much ERS as possible, but put enough pressure on Breezy to make Breezy use ERS. Breezy's got to use it to try to stay in front, so he's going to make him use it as much as possible. and then hopefully find the perfect time to overtake him in the turn one.
Yeah, this is very exciting stuff here tonight. I'm really glad that I got to watch this crazy race here. But yeah, 5 more laps to go. Lap 31 of 36. Let's see which one of the Red Bulls is going to take it. Behind them, we've got Captain Blade on the 3rd step, and then Professional on 4th, F1 Racer in 5th, and holding on to very, very old 15-lap-old tires. Captain Blade actually has the same ones. He's also got 15-lap-old tires, so Professional has been on his tires for 20 laps, and he's holding on to 4th place. Let's see if he can make it to the end of this race, because 25 laps on mediums, that's a little bit too much to ask from them. He might have a puncture, or he might just have a little bit of a spin. Neither one of them is good, so hopefully he can make it until the end. He's got no ERS left. He's down to 6% right now. He's just trying to close that gap to Captain Blade so he can have a go at him, and the Prattis re-overtakes Breezy for the lead once again. There's that switchback once again. Let's see how many more times they're going to switch back and forth until we have a winner here tonight.
Yeah, and again, like, Breezy right now isn't too worried. That's the funny thing about this track. He's like, okay, Apparatus got me there, but that's okay. As long as I stay with him through the rest of the lap, I'm going to be able to overtake him on the next DRS straight. So these passes, while they are for the lead, Breezy isn't as worried about this, you know, and on any other track he passed for first, he might be able to stay in front of him forever. But this track is a little bit tougher to do that, as we're gonna see. And Apparatus did a good job of saving the ERS, but at the same time, if he thinks Breezy is close enough, you might as well save DRS on the straight and just let him pass, because you know you might be able to get him next lap. So we might see that here, and he had a tough stadium section there, so yeah, I think we're gonna see Breezy pass him here again, and they might go back and forth for a couple laps.
Yeah, here they go once again, the 2 Red Bulls switching spots. Thank you very much, says Breezy. I'll take this spot and keep it warm for you for another lap until you get DRS and overtake me. So is this a game of numbers now? Are they going to try and figure out which lap they can overtake on? And was that rain that I just saw on track? I
Yes,
think I saw a flash of rain.
Yep.
So if that wasn't enough,
absolutely.
if this race was not enough for you, there you go. Rain for the last 3 laps of the race. Are they going to try and hold on to their dry tires until the end? Is somebody going to make a mistake? Now this whole thing is just up for grabs, because you hit one little puddle, you hit one little wet spot, and you're off.
Yeah, absolutely, Glenn. And the funny thing about rain is, you normally, when you start seeing drops, it normally comes in about 2 or 3 laps, a little bit harder, or much harder, where you have to pit. And so, we're going to come right down to the end. It's going to be really fun to see if these guys actually pit or not. Obviously, right now, they're not going to pit. They are going to try to stay out there. But we've seen rain come really fast, and we've seen it come a lot slower. We've seen it come in a lap. So by the end of this lap, the rain could be bad enough wherever he wants to pit, and I think that's definitely going to help 007. I think he wants it to get worse at this point. 23 lap old mediums is insane. So he's got to be really nursing them at this point. But yeah, Apparatus is probably just going to, you know, being in second right now, he's probably just going to do exactly what Breezy does. They got enough gap on Captain. He's got older medium tires. But it looks like the rain isn't too bad yet, but oh my gosh, by the last lap it could be really bad. So it's a real risk to pit right now. I don't think either of them will. I think they'll at least do one more lap. And at that point, Glenn, I mean, gosh, it's so hard to pit. You don't want to make the wrong decision and lose, you know, 5 or 6 places if you don't have to. So it's really tough to want to pit right now.
DRS is still enabled for now, but usually that is the indicator that most drivers try to aim for when deciding between, you know, the dry or the wet tires. For now, we're going to stay dry, and I think we're most likely going to be finishing this race on the dry tires, but on the wet track. Here comes Apparatus He's got the DRS. He's not using his battery power. Breezy moves over and gives him the space, pretty much gives him the position there, because this is lap 35, not 36. So I think he's playing the numbers game here, trying to figure out when is the best time for him to be in front or be behind as they are coming down to the last couple of laps, and this is just getting trickier and trickier. You can see how much they have to really moderate their braking and their acceleration. The two little bars where you see the green bars and the red bars running from left to right, that is the acceleration and the braking application of these drivers, and they are doing such an exact job right now of trying to keep this car going fast, but also staying on the track and not spinning around. They still have 19 or 17 lap old tires as well on those mediums, so it's not like they have brand new set. Apparatus a little bit slow on the braking there into the stadium section, and as we're about to start lap 36, by the looks of it, Breezy might be in front as they're going to be coming into that second DRS zone. So this might be Breezy for the win here. Let's take a look. No DRS. No DRS is enabled. That's it. No DRS. The message did not come up, but Breezy has no DRS for some reason. He's going to hang back behind the Pratis. He's going to try and use it on the second one, because the purple light did light up on, on the steering wheel. There we go. Now he's enabled it. So I think he just didn't use his DRS on that start-finish straight.
What? I have no idea what he did there, Breezy, or Glenn. I hope Breezy has an explanation, because he didn't use any of his. It didn't at least look like, from my view, he didn't use any of his ERS either. I thought that was going to be a very easy pass. And I thought Breezy did a really good job of planning that whole pass out. I'm not sure what happened there, boy. That's unfortunate. And now we have 007 coming in, trying to get past Captain Blade right at the end, 25 lap old tires. That's absolutely insane. And Breezy, yeah, he's not going to be able to make the pass here unless the apparatus makes a big mistake.
And here comes Apparatus round the right, or I mean, the last corner on this track, and he's going to cross the line, and it's a 1-2 for Red Bull. A beautiful performance from them here in Mexico to take a 1-2 finish. Apparatus getting his second win of the season, finished second in his last race in Zandvoort as well, so coming off a big podium and getting a win here tonight. Congratulations to himself and Breezy and Captain Blade. Those are the three guys on the podium. Captain Blade managing to make that slightly fresher tire work for him much better and getting that podium position. 007 did hold on to fourth with KGB in fifth, Chatty Duck in sixth, Stanley is going to be seventh, F1 Racer in eighth, and then we have Cam in ninth and Deathwish Tricky getting the last point out of tonight's race. The pole sitter McChicken finishing in 11th and not even getting points here tonight, which is absolutely unbelievable. And then we have Sequit in 12th, and You Having a Giggle is going to be at the end of the pack there, with Pats Plus being the only DNF out of tonight's race, and yeah, had that big spin and had a little bit of a moment. KGB just got a 20-second penalty. I think that might be a glitch.
Yeah, that must have been. Yeah, that was a fantastic race fun. I'm interested to see what Breezy has to say, because he absolutely had the RS to make that pass on the last turn, and I thought he planned it out perfectly. It looked like he let apparatus by, like, very easily into turn one, and he was planning on doing the pass on the next lap. So I'm interested to hear from both of them. I wonder if they were in the same chat together. I can't imagine they were just trying to be safe for the constructors. I don't think that's too much of a worry at this point in the season. So, yeah, it's going to be fun for hear from them both. And honestly, hats off to 007. He just did 20 laps on mediums and finished fourth. So, fantastic job with that strategy. I was not sure if he was going to be able to make it or not. Fantastic job.
All right, and you see the finishing positions on the board in front of you, with Apparatus, Breezy, and Captain Blade in the top three on that podium, doing an incredible job here tonight. And yes, it is a 1-2 for Red Bull here tonight. Apparatus started second and finished first. Breezy started fourth, and made his way up into second place. But Captain Blade doing a really nice job from ninth to third. I'm sure all of them are going to be very happy with that performance. And yeah, very nice finish to tonight's race, especially seeing that battle at the end between the two Red Bulls. I think that was very, very exciting to watch. And yeah, right at the end of the season here, I think this is what we've been missing in the Platinum class. We've always had Assassin on the top step with a couple of other guys trying to
Yep.
battle him out of it. But tonight was a really different race, and the last race last week as well, because Assassin didn't show up. We had a different winner and a couple of different people on that top step. Really great to see. But yeah, I mean, we did. It was a great race. I mean, we didn't even have time to really talk about anything else. I never even mentioned, check out the links in the description for our affiliate sponsor Fanatec, and also with a link to join the league if you guys are looking to race with us. We race on the PlayStation 4 or 5 system on F1 2021. So if you guys are interested, definitely check us out. We're gonna get the drivers in the top three here into our podium interviews in just a moment. We're just working on that right now. But if you guys have any comments, any questions or anything, I did see Tasmanian Devil, the champion of Season 11 Platinum class. He was putting his money on Breezy, and then just a few moments ago, when Breezy didn't go for that overtake for whatever reason, he said, well, there goes my money. So, yeah, unfortunately, Tasmanian Devil losing some money there with his betting on Breezy for winning the race here tonight. And he says, I wonder if he forgot that the detection zone for both DRS zones is on the exit of turn 14. Yeah, possibly,
Yep.
but then he also follows up saying, then again, I can't see that happening. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I think Taz had a fantastic position or a fantastic bet of Ben on Breezy, because I would have done the same thing going into the last lap. I thought he was going to get him apparatus on the last straight. It almost didn't seem like he used DRS, or I mean, almost positive he didn't use DRS or ERS. Looked like he had plenty. So I'm interested to see what. I'm hoping he comes in here so we can hear exactly what was going on. Maybe we missed something, but yeah, I'm surprised because we saw Breezy have DRS on the second one, so I don't know what happened there on the first one.
Yeah, definitely very interesting question. I did see now Captain Blade has joined the chat. Captain Blade doing a very, very nice job tonight from P9 in qualifying, making your way up into P3 on the podium. Just remind me, which car were you driving here tonight?
The AlphaTauri.
The AlphaTauri. All right, perfect. So, I mean, it was a crazy race here today. We had some spinners right in the middle of the track. We had a couple of incidents, a safety car, a lot of change in positions, but you seem to really manage to avoid all of that trouble, make your way through the grid. How did you make that happen?
Oh, I didn't manage to stay out of trouble. Lap 1, I was into turn 4, I was on the inside of KGB. I tried to make a move, but then Stanley, I guess, he tried to make a move on someone else, and I kind of had to react to it. And I found myself basically almost standing still on the apex, and it's just a bit of an unfortunate. KGB couldn't avoid me either and just tapped my wing, and I had damage, so I had to pit. Then came on the softs and try to make up as much time as possible. Pitted end of lap 14 for the mediums. I wish I kind of stayed out a little bit more. One more lap and I would have benefited from the safety car. Even though I only really lost 2 positions though. But yeah, and then I guess I just made the early overtakes on Professional and F1 Racer, and forgot who else, but oh yeah, KGB Spawn, I believe, and Stanley, a couple bit spinners and stuff. So yeah, and then towards the end of the race, my tires were gone, I mean, I was sliding all over the place, and
Hmm.
professional started catching me quite a lot towards the last 2 laps. But yeah, I mean, overall it was a great race. I mean, technically it went from last to first, well, to third.
Very well,
And
yeah,
then,
very well done.
yeah,
And
and then
I was gonna say as well, with you being in the AlphaTauri tonight, you make it a all Honda podium, all Honda powered.
yeah, that's nice to see, even though I don't like technically the teams that use the Hondas.
Watch it, watch it.
Calm yourself, sir.
Well, he's
Part of
just
the
a
team,
reserve
okay?
driver. You know, he was here. He did an amazing job. Congratulations on the podium. Fire Up Flow, did you have any questions for Captain Blade?
No, no, absolutely no, no. I did a fantastic drive, especially for having a tough start. So, congrats on the podium. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, could have definitely gone quite a bit higher in qualifying too. On my second lap, I was 2 tenths up on that time on old tires, and when I came across the line, the 2 tenths just basically disappeared. And then on my last lap, I had to oversteer and just couldn't improve. But yeah, I mean, it was a nice race. A bit boring at the start of it, but then became very eventful towards the end, I guess you can say.
Awesome. Well, that's Captain Blade and P3 here tonight. Great job once again. Let's move over to the two Red Bulls in P2 and P1, getting a beautiful 1-2 here tonight. We're going to start off with Breezy. Of course, the big question, Breezy, I'm sure you know what we're going to ask. On the last lap, you were right on the back of apparatus there. You had the DRS. It seemed like you didn't activate it. Was that a mistake? Was it just the button didn't quite get pressed? What happened? Was it a decision that you decided to do? Tell us all about it.
Okay, yeah, it was a decision made right around the time we both took P1, P2. There was rain coming at the end of the race, and I made the decision to lay out the plan of, let's switch back the position, use the RS effectively, break away a little bit, so that if we do have to make that weird decision of pitting in the last few laps for some wet tires, we weren't potentially going to lose position over it, was the goal. So once that decision was made, I wasn't going to take the position back from him and hold it. So there you go.
Yeah. But you guys managed to get a 1-2, 2 rounds to go, or 1 round to go now. But coming into tonight's race, definitely a good race, I think. Apparatus was second. To start, you were fourth, so recovered a few positions. Managed to avoid some big wrecks that happened on track as well. How are you feeling for the 100% finale for next week at COTA?
It's definitely a track that I enjoy. 100% race I actually haven't done on this game yet, so that should be fun as well. It's been a while. I didn't avoid that wreck though, with McChicken crashing into the wall and bats hitting him. I ended up getting some pretty awesome wing damage there, and then getting stuck in the pits behind my partner there. So, outside of that, it was a great race. There was a lot of fun battles. Unfortunately, spun chatty. I really think it was desync. Well, I'll take a look at it later, but I'll be sending him that clip. But outside of that, it was a good race. I look forward to next week and finishing this off.
All right, nice. Well, congratulations on P2. Fire Up Flow. Any questions for Breezy?
No, that makes a lot of sense. So you guys were you guys in the same group chat, or like were you chatting with each other during that race? Because that's what. Okay, we're kind of speculating on that, whether you guys were or not, and that makes a lot of sense right at the end. You guys had a solid 1-2. So congrats to you both. No other questions for Breezy.
All right, well then let's move over to the race winner here tonight, and for the second time in Season 12 in Platinum class, it is Apparatus in the Red Bull, making it a Red Bull 1-2 and making it a all-around Honda podium with the AlphaTauri rounding up in third place. Beautiful drive from you, Apparatus. I think, you know, at many moments in tonight's race, we weren't exactly sure what the other drivers around you were going to do for strategy, but you kept on putting yourself in a good position regardless of what strategy everyone else was going for, and I think it really worked out to your advantage. But was there anything else tonight that, you know, that played to you? Obviously, I mean, Breezy giving you sort of the win at the end there, but other than that, how did you feel here tonight?
I think it was good. I think we used good teamwork. We needed to, and we were just decisive, and we both kept our heads kind of clean. And although I think I may have had minor wing damage at the very start of the race. I think that I may have. I didn't. It's not like totally green, like light green, but that didn't really affect me too much. But yeah, it was pretty straightforward. It was defending positions, and when we had the opportunity, we just worked as a team, and it worked out. You know, his plan worked, so we're all happy.
And then next week, the finale of Season 12 in Platinum class. We're heading over to Circuit of the Americas in the USA to finish it off with a 100% race. Have you had experience with running the full race length, or is this going to be your first one, and sort of how are you feeling about that?
I have not, and I feel like it's going to be a battle of who can kind of stay awake and keep the pace coming and not get, you know, lose focus and just, you know, get all those laps in 100%, and that guy will come out on top. So I might have to practice a little bit. I did practice for this a tiny bit, so I might have to practice a little more for the States because it'll be a long race, and I know Breezy's pretty quick. So, and some others are quick as well. So it'll be interesting to see.
Absolutely. And you guys still have a chance of getting second place in the Constructors. Tonight's race put you into second place ahead of Alfa Romeo, but it's going to be a tight battle there at the finale, so good luck for that.
We're not losing it, don't worry.
Power, let's go.
All right, Fire Up Flo, any questions for our winner here tonight, Apprentice?
No, not at all. You guys did a fantastic job. Sounds like you guys worked as a team well. So Mexico is always a fun race, I think. So it was fun watching you guys battle. Appreciate the good show.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, congrats again to Apprentice, Breezy, and Captain Blade on the top 3 steps of tonight's podium. Very well done to all of the drivers here tonight in Platinum class as well. Fire Up Flo, huge thank you to you for joining me once again in the commentary booth. I think we've done quite a few over the season. Only one more to go. What do you expect for next week?
I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. A full race. I'm kind of jealous of you guys. I've done a couple in the past, and it's just exactly kind of Epra said. Like, you know, it's just gonna be all mental. About halfway through the race, it's a normal full race for us. So halfway through, you gotta battle back, and just consistently put in some good laps. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
All right, well, that's going to be it here tonight with the Platinum class in round 14 here at Mexico. As we have mentioned, one more round to go in this season of Trinity Competitive Racing. We're going to kick it off next week on Tuesday at our regular 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's going to be the Silver class at COTA USA. We're going to have the Golden class on Wednesday at the same time, and then you're going to see for the last time this season these Platinum drivers of TCR on Thursday next week for the 100% race finale, season finale, and pretty much the one to write it all for this year of TCR. Thank you everyone who's been watching the stream. I really appreciate it. I know we really love your support. Make sure you leave some likes, some comments, share out the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Check out the links in the description for affiliate sponsor Fanatec, and also there's all the information you need there if you want to join and race with us in Season 13, which is not that far away now that we're right at the closing ends of Season 12. So, yeah, thanks again for watching. Have yourselves a good night, and we'll see you next week.